Hi guys, it's Jordan. So today is my VEMP appointment. We're going to Houston, all the way to Houston for this appointment. We're gonna eat breakfast first. I can't eat 3 hours beforehand, so it's what, almost 9 o'clock. Appointment's at 2. I'm gonna go eat breakfast at First Watch and then head to Houston. What are you getting?
I don't know.
I want coffee, but I'm not allowed to have coffee.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
I'm gonna have all the coffee. It's gonna be delicious.
I'll have coffee after the appointment, but they said no caffeine
At all?
for 24 hours before the appointment.
Okay.
But maybe I'll get one of these. Oh wait, those are alcoholic. No, I can't get those either.
You definitely can't get those.
But where's the... Don't they have juicy juice? Look how pretty. This watermelon and something and mint. It's yummy. A little mint leaf. You can chew on this for fresh breath. It's not coffee, but it's good. That looks yummy. I forgot to ask for my egg scrambled, but that's okay. It'll be good. I can eat it. I got this last time, it was good. Got food in my belly.
Huh?
Now we're ready to go. I'm loving all this cat stuff. I kind of want these cat measuring cups. How cute are these? Oh my goodness. Oh, they even got little feet. Ooh, they're adorable. True story. Buy all of the cat stuff and all of the wine stuff. I love the things you find at Buc-ee's. Shout out to my mom for making these cool masks. Thanks, Mom. last time we were out this far was when we came out here for the cruise, which, if you want to know how I feel on a daily basis, that's kind of how it feels, is when you're on a cruise ship and you're trying to walk and it's a little bit wavy, your equilibrium's a little bit off. Yep. Alright, we just got here to Baylor College of Medicine. We'll see if they let David in.
They let you record. One thing I gotta say is, hospitals that charge for parking, that annoys that annoys me. I'm not gonna cuss, but it annoys me.
Yeah, it is kind of annoying.
We're already paying for your service of going in there and getting procedure.
Yep.
Trying to charge us hourly just to park to be customers is annoying.
Yeah. Well, let's see how this goes. Hopefully get the results from this quick, get them to my doctor, and get me on the schedule. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in this chair, but looks a little bit intimidating. all done. So now we're on our way home. And now I've got a headache, pretty bad headache right now. Ready to get home. Want to just lay down. Still want coffee because I haven't had caffeine today. So we just got home. It's 8:30. We did stop and get dinner on the way home because we were hungry, or I was hungry. And I have got the worst headache ever right now. So there were 3 different tests that I did. It's really interesting. So the first one was, I guess that was the VEMP. They put electrodes on me. I had an electrode on my forehead and one on this side and one on this side along the vestibular nerves. And I was laying down flat. I had a speaker up to my ear, and I would lift my head up off the pillow, and when I lifted my head off the pillow, there were like these clicks that were sounding in my ear, and I guess they were tracking the vestibular nerves, just kind of seeing what happened whenever they did that. So I guess that's going to tell them some other things. So the second test, this is really interesting. There was a chair, and when I first saw this chair, it was a little intimidating. I was looking at it just thinking, what in the world am I in for? So this chair, I was sat down and I strapped up. I had seatbelts on. My head was resting against the headrest, and there's something against my forehead. And then they put these goggles on me, which they can see my eyes in there. So I guess like they can monitor my eye movements, look at like it. I saw the picture of my eyes. And what they did was they spun me around to the back and they closed the door, and it was pitch black in this room. And there were a few different tests that they did. There was a laser that I was looking at, and they had me look at it, and then they would move it, and I would have to follow it with my eyes, and I had to try to keep my eyes open and not blink for as much as I could. And then the laser would move, and I had to follow it with my eyes, and they were tracking the movements. And then there was one where there was no laser, it was just pitch black, but I had to try to look just straight in front of me and not move my eyes, and they spun the chair around, and then they spun it around in a different way. And then they turned the laser back on, and they spun me around with the laser in front of me, so I had to look at the laser the whole time and try not to move my eyes. Then there were these white dots on the wall that I had to just kind of look at while they spun the chair around. And then they didn't spin the chair around, but the dots were moving. It was very interesting, and it definitely made me a little bit dizzy. The third test was my least favorite one. I had the goggles on again, and I was laying on the table, and I put a shade over the goggles so that I couldn't see anything, and it was black. And the first part wasn't too bad. I would just lay back onto the table and then come back up. The last part of the test was the most uncomfortable. I was laying on the table, and I had the goggles on with the shades over them so I couldn't see anything. And what he did on each of my ears, first the left, then the right, and then the left and the right again, with cold water first and then hot water the second test. First test was in my left ear. He flushed cold water into my ear, and I had to try to keep my eyes open the whole time and try not to move them. As soon as he flushed that water into my left ear, though, that made me super dizzy. So I'm sure my eyes were all over the place. I would kind of like to see what my eyes were doing during that. He said that the test was a little bit better if you're talking through it. So we were playing these alphabet games. So he would name a category and then we just go through the alphabet. So we did girls' names, boys' names, things that you find at the grocery store, and then the last one was movies. So they did the cold water first, and then they did the hot water in each ear. And that usually is the end of the test, but unfortunately he had to do both tests in my left ear again just to get a better reading because my left ear readings weren't consistent. So after I was done with all those tests, I had a massive headache. My head was hurting so bad. All the way home, I had to lay back and just close my eyes for a while because my head was hurting so bad. And he did warn me that after the water test that I'd probably maybe have some balance issues for the rest of the day and just take it easy. But it was a very long day. We started it out. We left the house at 8:30 this morning, went to go get breakfast, and we got back at 8:30 at night. So this is a total of 12 hours that we were gone today. And I mean, part of that of course was eating, but a lot of it was driving. And the test took about, I think, 2 hours. So I'm glad it's done. I'm hoping that with this test that my doctor will get it fairly soon and we can take the next steps and I can get on the schedule for surgery sooner rather than later because I'm ready. And I'm just so ready to get this taken care of. So hopefully by next week sometime I'll hear back from the doctor and we'll talk about the next steps. So stay tuned for that. I'll let y'all know what's going on and hopefully coming back next week soon sometime with a surgery date. So thanks for tuning in. Hope this was interesting to say the least. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, so just a quick update. It's the day after the test and today feeling really rough. Just a lot of dizziness, like I feel like I'm on a roller coaster or I'm on an elevator that keeps going down, feeling really nauseous. And unfortunately I looked in the scds group and asked about it, and there's a lot of people that said that when they had the balance test done they felt like this for a few days. So it might be like this for a few days. It's not fun.